Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another Mental Health Monday. Hope you like my new bandana. It's another one from my collection. And I also dyed the tips of my hair pink because I thought I would have fun with my life and spice it up. So, if you need a sign to spice up your life, here it is. Okay, here is your sign to do you, be who you want to be, and fuck everybody else. You got to do what you want to do. Don't care about what other people think, about what they're thinking about you, judging you, whatever. Who cares? Do it for you. All right. I hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome back. Or if this is your first time here, today's episode is very important, and it's because it's something many of us experience and we don't even realize it. So today what we're going to talk about is fight or flight. Not just the biology of it, but what happens when your body stays stuck in it for way too long. And let me tell you, I'm the expert of it because I am always in fight or flight. That's basically my middle name. This is for anybody, who constantly feels on edge, for anybody who always feels like they are on alert, and your body's never truly resting. For anybody who says, I'm fine, but inside you're always scanning, for the next thing to go wrong. Especially when things are going so good for so long, you automatically get ready for something bad to happen because it's inevitable in your life. I am that person. I am guilty of it, but I'm working on it, you know what I mean? These are for the ones who've lived through trauma, through chaos, or just never had a chance to feel safe. Yeah, this one is for you. So what is fight or flight? Let's start simple here. Okay, fight or flight is your body's natural stress response, right? This is when your amygdala literally hijacks your nervous system. Cortisol is in the body, flowing throughout, and this is when your brain senses danger. And whether this danger is real or just perceived, If you get triggered by something, it's crazy. Your body doesn't know if you're actually going through that traumatic experience again or if you're just thinking about it, That's why ruminating on traumatic experiences really affects the body for the worst, because your body doesn't know if it's actually going through that again. So it produces all of the same hormones and chemicals in your body. So it races, your muscles tense, your breathing gets shallow, and your brain shifts into survival mode. So here's the thing. That response is meant to be temporary, okay? That's, supposed to come into your body when you feel a threat, and then you respond and then calm down once the danger passes, right? And then it's supposed to release from your body, right? Until you experience it way too much that it just stays there, So many of us, okay? The danger really never passes. We never truly moved on from certain events. Right? So our nervous system gets stuck in survival mode. And it's crazy because it's still in survival mode even when there's no threat anymore, which has been mind-blowing to wrap my head around, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. So if you grew up in a chaotic household, if you were always walking on eggshells constantly, if your boundaries were ignored, or you had to parent yourself too early, or deal with betrayal, abuse, addiction, neglect, so on, your body learned early that this world is not safe. And this doesn't always have to happen in childhood. You could go through an abusive relationship and get stuck in survival mode. That's exactly what happened to me. And when that becomes your default belief, your nervous system does not forget about it, okay? Even now, years later, when life is calmer, you might still feel anxious for no reason. You may overthink every little thing. You may struggle to rest even when you're tired. You may get overwhelmed by small decisions and react strongly to things that feel normal to others. What is normal anyways? You know what I mean? But let me tell you, that is not you being dramatic, okay? That's your nervous system protecting you the only way it knows how to. And you cannot shame yourself for that, okay? We are a product of our environment, and that's the truth. So let's get specific. Here are a few examples that your body may be stuck in chronic fight or flight response. So the first one could be is that you always feel on edge, and it's like you're waiting for the next bad thing to happen. Like I mentioned that before, right? You have trouble sleeping or relaxing even when you're safe. You over apologize, over explain, or constantly feel the need to justify yourself, even when you don't have to, you know? You're hyper independent and you hate asking for help. You get easily irritated or overstimulated. You don't fully trust good things. They feel suspicious and not safe. So if any of these ring a bell to you, then you might want to check into fight or flight and see if that's what your body is stuck in. Because if it is, I'm telling you, once you get out of the fight or flight, your world can drastically change for the best. And I'm here to support you all the way. We are the becomers. We are becoming together. So basically, this is your nervous system saying we've been here before. We know what happens when we let our guard down. So before we get hurt, we have to put up these survival mechanisms to protect us. And you know, when in reality, they aren't protecting us in the long run. They're actually affecting us for the worst, right? But we don't realize that in the moment. How could we, right? We're in survival mode. That's all we're thinking about right now. Well, our body is just surviving this moment right now. It's just wild. But that's why I'm so into psychology, because this fascinates me. But let me tell you, the most important thing I want you to know is that you are not broken, okay? Your body is not overreacting. It's just remembering. And that means healing isn't just mindset work. It's body work. Your body, mind, and soul are all connected. And I'm telling you, if they're not in sync, your life will not feel smooth and in order. So they all have to be in sync and working together in symbiotic. In a symbiotic relationship. That sounds better. You actually cannot teach or think your way out of, you know, fight or flight. You have to teach your body that it's finally safe now, which can take a while. It will not happen overnight, okay? The more you say it to yourself that you are safe, the more your body will finally start to believe it. And this takes time, and it takes repetition and compassion and slowness and dedication and all of these things. So during this journey, you have to be kind to yourself and be patient, you know, because it's all a journey and it's not gonna take one day, okay? It's one day at a time. You don't need to force yourself to feel safe, right? You need to remind yourself gently again and again that you are safe. I'm gonna leave you here with a few things that can help you guys if you are stuck in this survival mode, you know, and you want to get out of it. So breath work is definitely beneficial. If you have not tried box breathing, that one is very, very helpful. So it's when you inhale for 4, so inhale for 4, you hold it for 4. Oh my gosh, my phone just like said low battery, but it's still going. So I don't know if this is like working, but anyways, you inhale for 4, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. And then you hold that for 4, okay? So it's 4 by 4 by 4 by 4. Another one is touch. So place your hand over your heart or on your chest and say, I'm safe and I'm okay right now. You know, the most important thing that can help is your 5 senses. You have to incorporate your senses into this. And then that can actually like make your nervous system calm down and come back to its normal state. Well, I just ran out of storage, so I just had to delete a bunch of apps. My son downloads all these different games on my phone and then I have no storage, so sorry about that, guys. Anyways, movement, gentle stretching, you know, walking barefoot, even dancing. Anything that gets you out of your head and into your body will help. Sound, you know, humming, soft music, nature sounds can calm the vagus nerve and help ground you. So basically, once your amygdala hijacks your nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system shuts down, which is all of your natural functions, right? It's your rest and digest. And then your sympathetic nervous system takes over, which is your amygdala, and that's your fight or flight, right? So connection, safe relationships regulate the nervous system. Even when talking to someone that you can trust, you know, it actually can bring you back to center. And honestly, sometimes the most healing thing that you can do is just let yourself rest without guilt, okay? Because you deserve that. You've been going hard for way too long. You need to take a step back, take a chill pill. You deserve it, okay? So if you've been stuck in fight or flight for way too long now, I just want to say that you are not too damaged. You're not too late. You're not too much, okay? You were just wired for survival, but now you're allowed to rewire for peace. It's safe and it's time for you to slow down, okay? It's safe to soften and it's safe to become, because here we are the becomers, and that's what we do. We become our greatest versions of ourselves together. Thank you all beautiful souls for being here with me today. And remember, to my becomers, healing isn't a straight line, right? And every time you choose rest, softness, or self-kindness, you're rewiring something powerful inside of you. And, you know, that is all what matters. You just have to work on yourself to be your best you. So I hope you all enjoyed this Mental Health Monday. Thank you again for joining me. And I hope you all have an amazing rest of your night or day, whenever you are watching this. Be kind to yourself. Speak gentleness over your mind. Be soft with your soul. And remember, you are not broken, you are becoming. And we are becoming together, right guys? Anyways, I love you all. Thank you for all of your support. It means the world to me. Love you guys, and I will talk to you all soon, okay? Mwah! Have a great day.